Man, what a crazy day. Friday, September 29th. I woke up in the morning because yesterday I was talking to that ambulance guy. So basically the guy owns an ambulance station in Florida, and he purchased a used Canadian ambulance in Ottawa, right? And for some reason he had a very hard time setting up export from Canada or import into US. And so he called me, or actually emailed me, asked me for my help, and I was able to help him because I know a couple of people that do this. I know like a freight forwarder that also does custom brokerage, right? So I hook him up. All of a sudden, yesterday he says, "We're ready to go." And this freight forwarder says, "Can you give us the PAPS number of the truck?" I'm like, "Wait, what PAPS number? I don't even have a trucker yet. Like, let me confirm with the guys." Like, the 1 week ago, right? I had a bunch of quotes from carriers, and so I go back to the carrier who gave me like the best quote, and I say, "Okay, it looks. Can you confirm the rate?" He says the same. I said, "Okay, cool. Can you please send me?" That's what I'm, my personal preference. I ask carriers just for three things: copy of your valid certificate of insurance. Just generic, doesn't have to be customized with my company name. Just valid certificate of insurance, so I can check, what's your cargo insurance limit is, what your liability limit is, right? And then I need your MC authority, like a letter you receive from FMCSA when your business is registered. So I need to see your DOT number, MC number, but on an official letterhead, right? And piece number three, all I want is a picture of the door of your truck with the company name and your MC or DOT number. So this guy sends me a carrier package, and today is September 29th. I look at the insurance, it says expires September 30th, tomorrow. There's no MC authority. All I see is, because he's from Quebec, all I see is a Quebec registration, like a local provincial registration. So I say, and no picture of the truck. So I said, first off, your insurance expires tomorrow, which is no good. There's no picture of the truck's door, and there's no MC number. Okay, he sends me a new insurance. Then eventually, then he sends me a picture of a truck, and it's like a blank truck, just a brand new truck, nothing on the door. And at this point, like, I'm thinking I probably should find somebody else. And I reached out to a friend of mine who's also a trucker, independent, and I said, "Hey, can you do this?" But his rate was different, but still, like, I need to move this ambulance, right? And he gave me his friend who's also independent. So now I asked that guy to send me this MC authority, picture of the truck, and certificate of insurance. And I said, also would be cool to get your PAPS number for the border crossing. Right away, this guy, within 10-15 minutes, he sends me everything. Like in his case, he put all the signage on the fuel tank on the driver's side, not on the door, like some people do that. So he sent me that picture. I'm guessing he already has it pre-saved in his phone. And so if any carriers are watching this, please have this info on your phone somewhere so that you can quickly and easily send it to the broker. And also it's important to check on your insurance certificate once in a while, because if your coverage expires tomorrow, I cannot give you the load, right? And so now I'm talking with this guy, but because his price is high, I'm thinking, you know what, I'm gonna put it on the load board. So I put it on the load board. Right away, that carrier number one, who sent me he didn't send me enough information, calls me, and he's very upset with me. So, "Oh, you're one of those guys that tries to save a couple of bucks, And I said, "You didn't send me the information. I asked you, like, I don't see any signs. It's a bit, where's your MC number?" And then he said, "Okay, I can send it to you." He says, "Within 5 minutes." I said, "Okay, if you can send it to me, then we can have a deal." And so eventually he sent me everything. I went to his website. I see he has trucks there. And I checked his FMCSA carrier snapshot to make sure that he has more than one truck, because it's usually better to deal with slightly larger companies, even though I was a single truck operator. And I think only once I had a problem when I just was getting started. One broker refused to work with me because my MC authority was less than 90 days old. But after that, nobody gave me a hard time because I only had one truck. But nowadays, you know, you want to be careful, and so you check, right? And so I created a rate confirmation. I created an invoice. I made sure that we're good to go. The guy sent me back the signed copy, and the freight forwarder was asking me what time they're crossing. Like, can you believe this? Like, that's the typical scenario. Today's Friday. The guy is loading Tuesday because Monday is a holiday here for some places, and they're already asking me for the PAPs and for the crossing time and stuff like that. Yeah, anyway, and so I did everything. The truck is dispatched, and I just got an email or text message rather from the customer, because I sent him the invoice. I said, could you please pay it before delivery, which is ideal. And he says, yeah, I'll send you money in the next 2 hours. But I think it's already late because it's 1:45 my time, so it's 4:45. Yeah, 4:45 in Florida. I don't think he can send the money after 5. But anyway, so that's okay. The guy is picking up Tuesday. I confirmed with the shipper that they open what time. Actually, at first we wanted to go Monday, and then I talked to the shipper. Left him voicemail, and then I noticed his email there on the bill of sale. Sent him an email right away. He answered. He says, yeah, you can load 7 to 1 on Tuesday. Monday we're closed because it's some kind of a holiday. So anyway, that one is all done. Rate confirmation sent. The guy sent it back. The freight forwarder sent me the some kind of a declaration. Never saw something like that. But anyway, so the carrier provide the PEPS number, so it's already in the works. So hopefully, like, I feel okay. They should be able to load Tuesday, but I hope there's not gonna be any big delays at the border. So, and then my other load, that mechanic's truck. Remember, I hired a guy to move a mechanic's truck from Ritchie Brothers in Nisku, Edmonton to Toronto. I've been checking with them. 2 days ago they were in Winnipeg, and for some reason they loaded Monday, even though Monday afternoon I'm sending him the rate confirmation saying that you should load Tuesday. And then next day I receive an email and I see the date says Monday. He says the shipment has been picked up. You know, these carriers are just so funny. If this was me and the guy is telling me, when I was a carrier, the guy is telling me load Tuesday, why would I load Monday? No, this guy goes there because he already had the release, loads Monday. But anyway, so now they were in Winnipeg, so now I emailed him today. I said, are you anywhere close to Toronto where it delivers? He says, yeah, the truck is in Toronto, will deliver Monday. And so I sent an email to the customer, because I sent them the invoice a few days ago, and I said, could you please, prepay? And he says, we'll pay when the truck is in Toronto. And so now the truck is in Toronto. I sent him a message, hey, can we possibly process the payment today so that I can pay the carrier without delays Monday? No reply. I wait a couple of hours, and then I figured it's Friday, so I have his cell phone, so I sent him a text message. So text messages to the cell phone are usually much quicker than the email, And so I sent him an email. I said, hey, are you working today? And he says, no, why? So he answers eventually the message to the cell phone. And I said, hey, I sent you an email, hoping to get paid today because the truck is in Toronto and they plan to deliver Monday if you open Monday. And he says, yeah, we open Monday. So I said, can I be paid before or on delivery? And he says, yes. The accounting girl gets in at 8:30. And so I sent an email to the carrier. I said, yeah, please deliver at 9 o'clock. They open Monday, we're good to go. And so, man, these are just 2 trucks, right? And it's already, like, it took me a whole morning today. whole morning. Actually, I went to the coffee shop, and then I feel much more comfortable working on this iMac, right? So I came back and finished everything here. And I created a better version of a load confirmation. Now it looks really good. You know, I did like a 2-page confirmation. So first one is like regular, now I call it carrier confirmation, number, shipper, consignee, commodity description, and then second page is like terms and conditions, you know, what you should do and what you should not do, like damage to the load, you must create your own bill of lading, you know, stuff like that. And I asked the guy to sign both pages. So now I feel my butt is a bit protected. And then, because of course I'm still waiting, I'm applying for jobs left and right. I probably already sent out, I don't know, maybe 50 resumes, and I only had one interest. But this turns out it was a 1-month contract, and they were only willing to pay 23 bucks Canadian an hour. And I said, you know, I'm like, what am I gonna do after 1 month, you know, when it's already November, right? And she says, okay, thanks for your time. And so I decided to get rid of some of my toys, you know, the toys that can do some boo-boo if you're not careful, if you know what I mean. So found this, put the one of these things on, you know, because you cannot sell them online, you know, just regular classifieds website, right? You have to use a special website for, you know, for firearms. And so I put a, oh, by the way, I have to remove that, but I'll do it in a second. So I put it at $1, and I said, can you make me an offer? And the guy says, what do you think is reasonable? Can you give me a range? And I said, okay, the piece itself cost this much, the red dot sight was this much, extra magazine were this, and then I changed the stock. And the forend, it was extra this money, right? So he's buying a custom piece. And I said, that's where it would be, you know, for me, you know, workable. And he made me an offer, very nice offer. And so the guy just showed up. I threw in a box of ammo because I was so grateful. He gave me cash. So now we are rich, okay? So anyway, and you see that little box in there, right? So I'm doing my thing. I'm working on my freight, you know, like all of a sudden I'm a busy freight broker and not so busy wheel loader operator. Oh, by the way, this guy, he runs a manufacturing company, you know, and I told him, he was asking me like, what do you do? And I said, hey, I just finished this wheel loader operator training and trying to find a job. So I showed him pictures because many people have no idea what a wheel loader is. And so because of that, what I do now, if I'm talking to somebody, I did a screenshot of, you know, and I'm showing them like my picture like this, where they said, you see, that's a wheel loader, right? Or I said, I'm trying to find something like this. What the? Come on. Doesn't want to show me full picture, okay. Yeah, I said, I want to find a job on something like this, right? So that's a wheel loader, right? So people know right away, oh yeah, okay. But they had most people have no idea that that's what it's called, right? And to my surprise, this guy says, you know, he runs a business. And he says, well, we don't have something like that, but he says, can you run a forklift? He says, well, we're looking for a general laborer. And I said, well, a forklift I can definitely do. So he says, well, you have my email. Can you send, you know, maybe send me your resume and your certificate and your, you know, what safety tickets you have. Right, so I sent everything to him. So a very nice guy. But I think I looked at his website. He does some kind of a maintenance and repairs, but for some very specific industrial machinery. Not like big machines equipment, but some like saws, something like that. Some kind of a processing equipment. So he does repairs. So he has a shop, you know. Always a good contact, right? And then as I'm doing this, my phone rings and a lady says, hey, I'm from Canada Post. I have a package for you. And I said, package? You know, like, remember that accordion I purchased? when I sent mine, Dino Buffetti, to Ukraine, which is still traveling. It should take like probably 2 more weeks. And then I bought this accordion from Toronto, like a regular piano accordion. And I kept checking the tracking, and they were saying Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday next week. No, even Wednesday, October 4th. Yeah. And now I said, I'll be right there. Because, you know, they can talk to me. Finally, everything is working. When they're pushing the button at the front door there, they get connected directly to my cell phone. And so I went around, I see there's a Canada Post lady, and I said, what's going on? I wasn't expecting any packages today. And she says, it's this one. And I look at this huge box sitting in her van, and she scans it, I sign it, boom, grab the box. So now we're gonna open it and see what's inside. So those are all my news for now. But yeah, the biggest thing I want is get some kind of a job. But then now you see, like, the freight brokerage thing picked up, and of course remember I was mentioning, I think 2 other loads, they disappeared. So I had a load from Northwest Territories to Nevada, found the carrier, sent the quote to the customer, he liked the quote, and then promptly disappears, right? And then I had that, I still have that load I'm trying to find a carrier for, but nobody wants to do it because it's on island of Victoria, BC, and it goes to California, right? And so the fact that you need a ferry is one bad thing, and the other bad thing is that it's California, so you need special equipment, like California legal. So I have the load, we agreed on the price with the customer, I cannot find a carrier. Okay, the ambulance is loading Tuesday, and the service truck is unloading Monday. So, you know, I'm surprised that something is actually happening. So I hope that, again, my biggest concern with this ambulance is that it don't get stopped at the border, and then I have to pay, you know, like $100 an hour to the carrier for detention. All right, let's check out that box. Well, it has sides on it. You see, it's supposed to be like this. Oh, very nicely packed. So you see, when they ship the accordion, that's the best way. Man, and they put this in here, but the case looks old. I hope it's not very. I hope it's in good condition. This is probably like, I don't know, 1950s, 1960s. Actually, it looks okay. Oh, and he even put this inside, see? And he told me about this in the email. He says, just as a precaution, he put a tape over the bass buttons. And I remember this. I didn't like that this was a bit worn out. See, so I don't know, looks okay. So it has this, which is very nice when they have this, so you don't damage the bellows. Let's make sure it sounds okay. Again, so I'll have to relearn everything because until now. Too tight. Like, who was this for? Oh, that's why. Okay, sorry about that. Well, sounds pretty good. Where's the master? Master is, I think it's this one. Wow. And the last experiment is, remember how I had trouble with my Tula garmoin? So I would do it like this, and right away it would start opening. Yeah, this one opens as well, but I think it's of course a bit worse than on my Dino Buffetti, but I think it's acceptable. I'm not gonna make waves about that. So anyway, so that's my new toy. Let's see, I see it says, yeah, master switch, so 4 reeds. So that's why I think it was a good price, 4 reeds, not 2 or 3. So that's the master. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yeah, you have 7 switches. And it's still a decent looking accordion. And this one is not the biggest one. This one is called 3/4 because I see it has 37 keys instead of 41. 41 will be very heavy. So the brand is called Gemini. Gemini. Cool? Cool. Thanks for watching.